Hello aspirants, so in today's class we are going to decode the NPSC latest pattern GS Paper-III, as we have already decoded the paper 1 and paper 2. I hope you have watched the decoding videos, and in today's class let us decode the NPSC GS Paper-III. Okay, so as you have already seen the syllabus, the NPSC GS Paper-III again is very similar to the UPSC GS Paper-III. So NPSC GS Paper-III will have five major subject: economy, agriculture, science and technology, environment, internal security, and the disaster management. Okay, now if you see here, in these 5 to 6 major subject, okay, you will have to study almost around 35 core units, okay, in this NPSC GS Paper-III. Okay, let us see those 35 core units. Okay, now if you see here, okay, in the pillar 1, in the first subject, you have to see the Indian economy. Okay, in the Indian economy you have to learn about the economic planning in India, how the economic planning in India took place, okay. So planning in India, okay, very important is the 5-year plan and the planning commission. Okay, then how the planning commission has been replaced on 2014, okay, by through the Niti Aayog, okay, and then you have to know the structure of Niti Aayog, function of Niti Aayog, okay, and the achievement and the failure of the Niti Aayog. So basically you have to know the entire planning, okay, economic planning in India. Okay, very important. Now going forward, okay, in the unit 2, the core economy will start, where you will have to know, okay, the resource mobilization. In the resource mobilization you have to know the Indian economy financial resources, where you have to know what are the tax revenue of the government of India, what are the non-tax revenue of the government of India. Then you have to know about the banking system. Okay, you have to know the operations of the commercial bank, you have to know the operations of the NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations, okay. Then you have to know the capital market. Okay, you have to know the stock market, the bond in the capital market. A lot of domains are there. Okay, so you have to know the capital market very well. Then you have to know the external resources. That means you have to know the FDI, foreign direct investment, FPI, foreign aids, okay. Then going forward, you have to study the growth and development, okay, of the economic growth and the development in India. So you have to study the economic growth, economic development, human development, in India, sustainable development, inclusive development, jobless growth, balanced versus unbalanced growth. These are very important topics, okay, in the Indian economy. So developmental indicators we have to study, okay, like the national income, GDP, okay, GNP, okay, human development index, okay, multi-dimensional poverty index, okay, MPI. These are very cardinal. Okay, now again going forward, in the unit 4 you have to study about the employment. Then you have to study about the types of employment in India, unemployment. Okay, now you see in the latest unemployment is the skill mismatch, right? Okay, so informal sector you have to study labor force participation rate, skill development, government employment schemes. What are the government employment schemes are there in India? Not only these, you have to study in depth about the inclusive growth. What is inclusive growth, meaning, indicators, important, what are the challenges of inclusive growth in India, and what are the government initiative, okay, of the inclusive growth in India. Okay, then again going forward in the Indian economy, you have to study about the government budgeting, you have to study, okay, the budget. Okay, then you have to know the revenue receipt, okay, the income, okay, then the expenditure, okay, then we have to know the capital income, okay, then the capital expenditure. You got a point, right? Then we have to know the revenue deficit, the fiscal deficit, the primary deficit, the fiscal policy entirely. Okay, very important. Okay, again going forward in the Indian economy, okay, you have to know the land reforms in India, the Zamindari abolition, tenancy reform, okay, then the land ceiling, consolidation of holding, land acquisition act, which is very, very important. Along with that, you have to know the liberalization and industrial development. You have to know the LPG reforms in India, industrial policy before 1991 and industrial policy after 1991, make in India reforms, you got it right. Then manufacturing sector in India, how manufacturing sector, contribute to the growth of India. Now you see primary sector is already exhausted, tertiary sector we are doing very good. How through the manufacturing sector India can achieve the goal of becoming the 5th trillion economy and the 3rd largest economy. So manufacturing sector helps it. Okay, so you have to study about the manufacturing sector very well. Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to let you guys know about the topics, guys. Okay, if I start explaining each and everything, then the video will be very long, hence I am restricting myself. Okay, otherwise I can explain all the topics. Okay, now going forward, now if in the unit 9 you have to study about the infrastructure, right? Okay, India's energy infrastructure, right? Okay, in the energy infrastructure you see, okay, India is heavily dependent on the coal energy, so we have to reduce our coal dependency and we have to switch to the renewable energy. Right now we are heavily dependent on the coal energy, then on the oil energy. You got a point, right? So our energy goal are like we want to switch to the renewable energy by 50% by 2030. You got a point, right? Okay, so our energy sector goal, and so we are coming up with national solar mission. You got it right. Okay, then the road infrastructure, right? Okay, the like the Bharat Mala, right? Okay, then railway project. Okay, in the railway project recently you see Vande Bharat trains infrastructure. Vande Bharat trains are getting launched, right? Port infrastructure, airport infrastructure, like you see Udan scheme, Udan, Ude Desh ka har nagrik, Ude Desh ka har nagrik. Okay, the airport infrastructure is growing, the digital infrastructure, is growing, the logistic infrastructure is growing, right? Okay, Bharat Mala, Sagar Mala, national infrastructure pipeline, very, very important, the infrastructure part. Okay, going forward you also have to study about the investment model. Okay, public investment, private investment, public private partnership model, FDI, cluster development model. Okay, very cardinal. Then going forward, okay, in the unit 10, going forward, now we are going to study about, learn about the second chapter, that is agriculture. So this much is enough for the economy section. Okay, now going forward, the agriculture. In the agriculture, the cropping patterns is very, very important. Okay, the type of crops, Kharif crop, Rabi crop, Zaid crop. Okay, after that, after that if you see, the cropping systems, the cropping systems, then regional cropping pattern, agriculture challenges in India. What are the agriculture challenges in India, right? Okay, apart from that, we have to study about the irrigation, sources of irrigation system in India, major irrigation project which is very, very important. Then water management in India, national water policy, you have to dive in depth, the national water policy. Okay, then not only these, in the agriculture sector more to study. Okay, so in the agriculture sector we have to study about the agricultural marketing, we have to learn about the APMC name, Food Corporation of India, warehousing, contract farming. Okay, supply chain, very, very important in the agriculture marketing. Supply chain is the main backbone, right? Okay, then in the unit 14 we have to study about the farm subsidies and the MSP, minimum selling price, agriculture subsidy, direct subsidy, indirect subsidy, minimum support price, WTO issue, very, very important. Okay, now again going forward, we have to also study about the food security. Okay, in the food security, PDS, public distribution system, we have to learn in depth. Okay, buffer stock, India's buffer stock we have to learn, National Food Security Act, Okay, very important, you know, okay, act, like, okay, so National Food Security Act and food security challenges in India. Okay, so how India is mitigating the food security challenges, you got a point, right? Okay, which is also linked to the zero hunger SDG 2. Okay, then unit 16, animal husbandry, livestock economy, dairy, poultry, fisheries, and the government initiative relating to the, you know, okay, animal husbandry. Okay, now going forward, okay, going forward in the subject 3, in the pillar 3, you have to learn about the science and technology. Okay, science and technology, which is a very dynamic subject. Okay, in the science and technology you have to learn about the healthcare technology, you have to learn about the food technology, you have to learn about the you know, ICT, you know, okay, technology, you have to learn about the emerging technology, you got it right. Okay, and not only this, in the science and technology, okay, you have to also study, you know, okay, about artificial intelligence, biotechnology, blockchain, robotics, big data. Okay, there are many things. Okay, so as I haven't written everything, but you have to know that every domain you have to cover up. Okay, along with that you also have to have an idea about the Indian scientists. Okay, then going forward, okay, going forward, okay, you have to study about the space technology also. In the space technology you see, okay, ISRO satellite program, okay, navigation system, space mission, Gaganyaan mission. Okay, in the IT you have to learn about the artificial intelligence. Okay, very important, but only learning about AI is not important. You are preparing for civil services, so you also have to learn about responsible AI. You got a point, right? Okay, which is very important. Okay, then the machine learning, big data, quantum computing, blockchain, cloud computing, these are the trending science and technology topics, okay, which you need to study. Okay, now going forward, okay, you also have to study about the biotechnology. Okay, as India is moving toward biotechnology, a very big market. Okay, where you have to learn about what is genetic engineering, stem cells, bioinformatics, vaccine, GM crop, gene editing, you know. Okay, then you have to study about the nanotechnology, the applications of nanotechnology, the advantages of nanotechnology, the challenges, you know, okay, of the nanotechnology. Okay, then going forward, okay, now you also have to study about the nuclear and the robotics. Okay, so industrial robotics, defense robotics, medical robotics. Defense robotics is playing a very vital role, you know. Okay, like you are getting to see technologies where the missiles are being intercepted, you know, okay, above the clouds only, right? Okay, so if you see here, okay, defense robotics is very important. Then apart from this, nuclear technology, right? Okay, the nuclear energy you have to study, nuclear reactor, India's nuclear program. Okay, then the nuclear safety. Okay, then again going forward, okay, unit 26, intellectual property rights, you have to study. Okay, what is patent, what is copyright, trademark, GI. Okay, geographical indications. Okay, then WTO TRIPS, compulsory licensing. These are also some of the important topic of the intellectual property right, which you will have to study. Okay, GS Paper-III is considered as one of the most dynamic subject, okay, or dynamic paper even in the UPSC, guys. Okay, so many of the subject, many of the topics, many of the terms will be new for you, but don't worry. Okay, you will get all the notes. Are you getting it? Okay, it is you know, available in the internet, as well as you can buy it from Eduversity bookstore also. Okay, so nothing to worry. Okay, just make sure that you study each and every topic, you know, wisely. Okay, now going forward, okay, in the subject 4 there is environment and the disaster management, okay, together. So environment and the disaster management, in which you have to study about the biodiversity, very important. You have to know about the biodiversity hotspot in India, threats to the biodiversity, what are the threat to the biodiversity, what are the threat to the biodiversity, then how to conserve the biodiversity, right? Okay, so you get to see that in India now, to preserve the biodiversity, we have national parks, we have wildlife sanctuaries. You got a point, right? Okay, so apart from this, climate change, okay, is a very big threat to the biodiversity. You got a point, right? Okay, so you have to develop a comprehensive idea about biodiversity, because this is one topic where you may get question each year in the NPSC now. Okay, going forward, okay, in the environment you also have to study about the conservation. Okay, in the conservation you have to study about in situ conservation, ex situ conservation, protected areas, as I said, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserve, right? Okay, I just told you about it. Okay, then environmental pollution also you will have to study, where you need to study about the air pollution, right? Okay, air pollution, India contribute almost 7.5% of global CO2 emission, right? Okay, which is a very big okay, emitter, right? Okay, so India emit always a very big okay, a percentage of global CO2, right? Okay, then water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, marine pollution. So you need to have the latest data on the pollution, the causes of the pollution, how to prevent that, okay, very important. Next, okay, next in the okay, environment, you also have to know about the environmental degradation. Okay, how environmental degradation, in the environmental degradation you have to know about the climate change, the reason behind the climate change. You got a point, right? Okay, how SDG 13 climate change has become the core principle of all the countries of the world, how through the SDG 13 we are tackling the climate change, how we are trying to prevent the global warming. You got a point, right? What is ozone depletion, desertification, acid rain, okay, then eutrophication. Okay, apart from these, the environmental governance also you have to learn. You have to learn about the Environmental Protection Act, okay, Forest Conservation Act, Wildlife Protection Act, NGT, very important, National Green Tribunal. Okay, you will study NGT even in the Indian polity also. Then international convention like, okay, UNFCCC, CBD, Paris Agreement, Montreal Protocol. These are the international okay, convention on the environmental protection. Okay, then going forward, I also want you to know about the environmental impact assessment. This impact assessment, EIA, almost every civil servant study, so you have to study the EIA. Okay, very important, thoroughly you have to study, make note properly the important point of the EIA. Okay, apart from this, okay, you have to study now the disaster management. Okay, in the disaster management you have to study about the natural disaster, earthquake, flood, cyclone, landslide, tsunami. Of course this you will touch even in the geography portion as well. Okay, then the human induced disaster, NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority. Okay, when we were preparing, we used to go to the NDMA guideline, NDMA website, then we will take out the important point of the NDMA, okay, like that. Now going forward, okay, the next subject is your internal security. Now in the internal security, I remember double doctrines. Okay, these are some of the okay, topic which we have studied. Okay, but later part you will know about all of these things. But right now, okay, if you see the syllabus in the internal security, okay, you will have to study about, okay, first of all, the extremism and the insurgency. You have to study about the Naxalism in India. Okay, and Naxalism and insurgency, if you see here now, okay, these are always in the news, because the Modi government, okay, Amit Shah has been telling by and by, it is, the articles are coming in the newspaper that by 2030 or by 2027, okay, many of the states, will be Naxal free, insurgency free, right? Okay, so this Naxalism and insurgency is in the news. Okay, pay close attention to that. Okay, then left wing extremism, Northeast insurgency, radicalization, development security nexus, right? Okay, then you also have to study, okay, in the unit 35, terrorism and internal security. So you have to study about the terrorism, state and non-state actors, okay, cross-border terrorism, okay, organized crime, terror financing. Terror financing is also a very okay, okay, trending topic. Okay, so this is your complete GS paper 3 on the NPSC latest pattern of the NPSC latest pattern decoded. Okay, so again, okay, here in the NPSC GS paper-III, if you study, okay, you may not get all the subtopic. Okay, here only the major topics are given, but in my okay, PDF I have decoded, giving all the subtopic also. So if you want to access to this PDF, you can join our Telegram channel, and okay, you can get access to this PDF. Okay, now apart from this, I want to let you know that as Eduversity was pre-prepared, okay, for the upcoming changes, hence, okay, our books have just arrived from Delhi. Okay, we have already okay, printed out the upcoming already printed out the, now not upcoming, now is already implemented, so already implemented syllabus, okay, booklets. So I set up 24 books. Okay, so only limited copies, so those who want to order can order from our bookstore. And not only this, okay, we also got some of the best institutions of India's okay, notes, like the Distri IS notes also will be available, okay, in our bookstore. Then Bajiram and Ravi notes are available. Then your Bijan IS classroom notes are also available. Okay, then your Forum IS, only IS by Physics Wala. So Eduversity bookstore almost got all the books, okay, for the UPSC and the NPSC preparation. So thank you so much. Okay, please like, share, okay, this video, especially to the aspirants who are okay, in the district. Okay, please make sure that they also get the benefit through this video. I hope this video okay, help you. If you got any queries, please drop it in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video where I will decode the GS paper 4. Thank you.